You feel that inevitable, insatiable sense of doom and of never-ending death and destruction. Not talking about society or politics, really just Doomsday Excruciator. If you haven't seen this card before, it's something to look at. Certainly an expensive 6 black demon that we've had since Duskmourn, and when it enters, it has to be cast. Each player exiles all but the bottom 6 cards of their library face down, and then at the beginning of your upkeep you draw a card if he still exists on the board. Now obviously once everyone gets down to 6 cards left, you don't want to be drawing cards. It's the last thing you want to be doing, right? So in order to make the dread and doom even more so for the opponent, we have Insatiable Avarice, which we can target a player to draw 3 cards and they lose 3 life. That would be for 3 mana. So basically, we drop Excruciator, we get Insatiable, we win the game. That's the hope. It's definitely a high pressure, very intense, very grindy kind of a deck, but that's mono black for you, and it's certainly a lot of fun. I highly recommend giving this a try on the ladder. It's got some room for upgrades, some room for different pathways other than what has been done here. But for the most part, I think this is a pretty awesome little archetype that hasn't really seen a whole lot of play. And I think a lot of people do not really understand Doomsday or don't pay attention to the fact that drawing cards is the last thing you want to be doing. And for whatever reason, it seems when people get into a panic, they start looking for resources, and drawing cards is not the answer. There's really not a whole lot that you can do once your cards are exiled down to 6. It's you staring at the opponent and going, hey, we're gonna sink on this ship together, but there's only one lifeboat, and it's a lot of fun. So let's take a look at a few other cards before we jump into the gameplay that make this deck really kind of tick. Something that I've recently added is Scavenger's Talent. This is really cool because it creates food tokens for us to sacrifice and allow us to mill the opponent even further, which is something that can come into play in that last final 6 cards left situation. So it's a really nice cheap card to have. We have a few, and of course Duress is always a great card to throw into mono black. We're trying to basically stall and slow the game as much as possible until we get enough mana to play Doomsday Excruciator, and you can see that with this entire row, we're dealing with a lot of removal. Nothing particularly crazy. There is targeted removal, there is hand hate, and then of course there's Mazemind Tome for our ability to draw cards and to look for land, because we're going to need it. Getting to 6 is not terribly hard, but it's something that we'll have to take a little bit of finesse. Mazemind Tome will get us there for sure. Then of course in the higher CMC values, we've got Ancient Vendetta for naming anything that we see the opponent to be using in their combo or that's a threat to us. Reminder that Insatiable Avarice can search for basically any of these high mana cost value cards other than Excruciator. Rankle's Prank we have a one of. We have Beseech the Mirror, which is also another tutor, if you will, that allows us to search for our answers. And then Deadly Cover Up to kind of finish up the board, clean up the board, and remove anything from the graveyard that's also a threat for us. And outside of that, that's the game plan. It's a lot of fun, and like I said, you might be able to see some room for different pathways in this deck as far as how this operates. You could splash blue possibly to kind of go toward the mill aspect a little bit more. Mono black is always definitely a good archetype to roll with all the removal and the just doom and gloom of it all. If you haven't subscribed, please do so you don't miss the next video. And with that, let's see how this deck does. This is a pretty good hand. Definitely like the tome in this deck. Being able to Scry or draw is pretty crucial. Basically just need to stall. And this deck does pretty good at that, slowing the opponent down. And yeah, let's get rid of the Legion for sure. The meal in the... Well. I want to play Duress again. It's addicting. I thought about going down to 2 Duress in this list, but I kept it at 3. Alright, so far we're making our land drops. Picked her hand apart. Yes, get rid of the Legion. Alright. Candy Trail. Honestly, not a bad card for this deck. I might consider that. Okay, now that we are in need of land, we will play the Tome. It's a little late, but hey, we had work to do on their hand. Come on, land. Hello. The downside to Arena. There we go. Not a bad card, but got to keep on top of our land. Also, this had 24 land originally. I went down to 23 because I can't help myself. But this deck may be better at 24. Not that 1 land difference is going to be game breaking, but just thinking about any adjustments that need to be made. We can't do anything crazy already, so let's just draw. Blind. Figured we'd finally get our land. But we need more. More land. Can't have enough. Until we get to 6. 6 swamps. Don't forget, what is it? Cavern of Souls does count toward our ability to cast Doomsday. Unlike Fountainport. And they've got some stick over there. Oh, that's tempting. I mean, I already have one. But a backup would be nice. We're almost there. You know, we're at 20 life still. They're not in necessarily any advantageous position. They have ramped a little. Land. There we go. Not bad. We're getting there. Do they have protection? Does it matter? It's nice to get this on the board too. Hey, we get a lander token. Deadly cover-up. They don't have blue, so it's hard to say no to that. Boy, I hope they don't kill our artifacts and enchantments. That would suck. But they seem to enjoy doing that to themselves. They're getting close. Seven. And I'm really happy we went with the deadly cover-up. Alright, gain some life, see into the future. Land, yes. All right. Ooh, that's a good card. Such a good card. If you run green, it's always pretty much on the table to run Sentinel. Free Strider. When you queen a crime with the top 5 cards, put land. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go look for Doomsday. I could also draw. Yeah, why not? Okay, I choose Doomsday. I draw it. Insatiable Avarice. Yes. That would be very good for us to have. Whoa. Okay, that hurt. They can probably play the Free Strider. I don't know if they will though. Nope. Dire Flail. No. It isn't time. We can get rid of their board. Buy ourselves a little bit more time. We could dig for the land. It'll come though. We're in no threat still once we get their board taken care of. I did that in the wrong order. You live, you learn sometimes. Let's get that land. And for good measure, we'll gain some life. Yeah, we don't get to do the combo, but it doesn't matter. Seems like a good hand. Let's go. Let's see what they're dealing with. Ooh. Ah. Well, maybe the slasher? That means Demon Wall is coming out. Well, Strategic Betrayal. We should have enough for Deadly Cover-Up by the time the Bloodletter gets out. And again, they're running black, so they could very easily take cards from our hand. Beseech the Mirror is not great. Hold on a second. If I play this land... Yeah. We get a 2-turn play instead of a 1-turn play. Wow. Okay. Demon Wall. Got it. Station. Siege. Oh, that's tempting. Sure. They have Deadly Cover-Up soon, but this will do what it needs to do. I don't think it's a good idea to go for it, though. But I'm not here for good ideas. You may not play this card. That was insurance policy kicking in. Come on, land. Ah. Well, man, this deck puts you on edge. It's like such a risky thing to play. It's fun. Definitely fun. Definitely nerve-wracking. That hurt. Okay, that's online. Pay 2, sack a creature. Alright. There's our land. Siege. Let's deal with that. Oh, okay. Good old-fashioned mono-black demons. Well, we've got a demon ourselves. We need a spree, or we need an insatiable, an avarice. Now they know about it. Hello. Yeah, sure, put card draw out there. It's a great response. You know what? Let's see if they, let's see what they do. Obviously it puts us at a disadvantage. Do they kill it and keep drawing cards? At this point, I don't want to wait and find out. I'd like to know. It's kind of funny. Yeah, okay. Well, now you're drawing cards and I'm not. Health doesn't really matter right now as much. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna keep this in hand. Make him wonder. They didn't upgrade it yet, so the talent. I mean, what's going on? Okay. Keep drawing. It's fine with me. Nice. Yes, I'm sure. I'm sure I want to win the game. Are you kidding? Well, I bet they know how that card works now. Ooh, it's hard for me to say no to this. I'm a sucker for Duress. Kaido, get out of there. I should look at the cards before I snap, remove, and move on. Oh, there's a Carcy over there. Well, we do need to consider our land situation. Nice to know. Should have assumed. Plum Creed. Hexproof, yeah, we don't really care about that. A lot of our removal is not targeted. Let's see what they got. Surely we can get a hit. Surely. All creatures. Should probably wait on this tome scry, but whatever. That's... Let's see, can they play... No, they can't play 3 creature or 2 spells next turn necessarily. Or at least 2 creatures. So it might be a good idea to keep this. Prevents them from getting... Probably the Carcy. I assume they go creature first. Yeah, I would too. They already have a flyer, so... Man, if we had 1 more mana. Alright, they're untapped, or tapped, so we get to look for... No risk. We need something good. We kind of need that. Can't really skip it. Now we're just stalling. We need a board wipe at this point, even though we've done pretty good at removing threats. We can kill something. Gain some life, scry. Strategic Betrayal's pretty good, but is it good enough? I'll take it. It's not bad. It's not... The criteria for drawing cards. In Standard, it pretty much has to be good or better. Otherwise, it's probably not a good idea. Obviously, they'll get rid of the token. Yeah, that's what I would do. Now we're in a pickle. But that's kind of how this deck is. You're in a pickle the whole time. I don't know why I keep saying that, but in a bind. Up against the wall. The heat is on. In a high pressure, intense situation. All in? Oh no. Non-land? Oh, that's great. Why? I mean, we can't cast it anytime soon anyways. We'll only have one more left. There it is. Well, this is not good. I have a feeling they're going to do that again. Temporal interventions seem to come in twos. Ask me how I know. Sephiroth. Okay. Alright. Going for lethal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I see 8 damage. I'll pay. I've been paying this entire game. I'll pay again. It's hard to beat value if you don't draw your answers. You know, it's funny, you'll play one game, it's like, maybe I need more land in this deck. I had a land problem. The next game, man, do I have enough removal? Yeah, single target. Okay, cool. And then it's, do I have enough board wipes? Do I have enough insert problem? Rankle's Prank, we're guaranteed to be able to play it next turn. We can remove some creatures. That's about it though. Deadly Cover Up would be better, but we have to draw land. Ugh. Yeah. Probably Rankle. We're at 1. If we're lucky. They can create a fish. Let's see if they see it. Don't create a fish or play another creature. Boo. Yep. I like it. Oh, stupid bat. At least we can kill it with the momentum breaker. Oh, maybe not. Here comes the bat. Guaranteed 100%. Just kidding. Save 2 removals. We'll go with the Mazemind Tome. Okay. Who needs land? We sure don't. Not a requirement. Alright, there's the bat. Do have targeted removal. Let's see if they go for it. It's the risk we take. Okay, they went for the big bang, which we're not even close to. Alright. Golly. Oh, that's nice. Alright, where's our land? And it's land. 5 damage at least. Ow. More land. Ugh, it's so painful making that go away. Golly. Alright, well, just... At least it's exile. Guess I'll play this. Gain some life. A small little sense of stabilization. I gotta stop keeping 2 land hands on this deck. I say that. That's not bad. It's just... feels bad whenever you don't draw any for a bit. This is not a great play, but it's a little bit of damage control. Okay, it's a good sign. Ooh, what do we get? Man, I would like to draw the cards. I guess we'll just have to search. Rankle's Prank. Since we'll never get our 5th land, who needs this deadly cover-up? We could wait. We're gonna want to use that trajectory. Yeah, we'll wait. This talent has not been doing anything great for us. Fifth land. It is possible. Man, I wish we had some creatures in the bin. They have something holding priority. I'm kind of in a hurry, so I'm doing this. Yeah, sure. Ooh. I had to talk bad about the talent, now it's doing some good stuff for us. Removal that would have been a waste for them to draw, now they're going to draw more useful things like creatures. But we've got Deadly Cover. They know it. Saver, pretty good. Yeah, upgrading him is not really good. Yeah, flash food. Honestly, I don't think we do anything here. What a weird stall. It's kind of what we want, though. Sunset. Okay. Get rid of that. I like this slow bleed. Or sometimes I don't like it. Jeez. There we go. Need some more land, like usual. Man. This, I'm not a fan of. Let's just do this. I know, I'm going slow, I'm sorry. I've got options. Yeah, timeline. Seems like a good idea. Enough of that shenanigan. Okay. They have a decision to make, don't they? I'd say Rankle's Prank's probably biggest priority for them. It's hard to say. If we draw land, we get a Doomsday, but it just puts us in a situation. Okay. Feel like, ooh. Let's do this again. You can't have all of this value. Right. Still shy on land. Guess we'll play a fish on their turn. In step. Well, I don't see you doing anything else. Okay. Instant speed. I should save that. I realize, but we can sack these momentum breakers. Yeah. Whee! Watch it go burr. Alright, now it's go time. Interesting play. Surveil. Land. That was an interest. People don't... It's like they... okay. -2. It's not going to be enough. Unless I'm missing something. Oh yeah, -10. Nice.